Welcome. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has called on Ghanaians to endeavor to uphold the peace which has made the country the model of democracy. Marking Eid al-Adha prayer session at the Black Star Square in Accra, President Mahama called for love among Ghanaians to make the economic transformation a possibility.
I believe that Allah wants us to live in peaceful coexistence with one another, just as we have been doing in Ghana over the years. Just as we are enjoined to symbolically give 2/3 of our meat, that is the sacrificed animal, away, he would want us to sacrifice our own comforts for the welfare of our neighbors, including those who are non-Muslims. He would want us to be our brother's keeper.
And still on Eid, Vice Presidential Aspirant of the NPP, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, has charged the youth in Islam to exercise absolute tolerance before, during and after the December polls. The Vice Presidential hopeful, who participated in the Al-Sunnah Eid prayers in Accra, also urged the Electoral Commission to be circumspect and fair in discharging its duties.
We have an election this year. We want that election conducted peacefully before, during and after the election. And we also want that election conducted fairly, transparently and credibly by the Electoral Commission. We are all stakeholders, and so Ghana is for all of us, and we want Ghana to be peaceful. For this election, we've always conducted peaceful elections, and I don't expect anything different. We believe that by the grace of Allah, we will have a peaceful election in Ghana.
Right, I have in the studio tonight Sheikh Ayub Ofosuhene Asari, who is the National President of the Society of Muslim Preachers and also the President of the Coalition of Muslim Coordinator, I beg your pardon, of the Muslim organizations and Coordinator of Dawah and Interreligious Dialogue. Is here with us. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Happy Eid. I wonder whether that's the right
yeah, that's
way
right.
to greet.
A blessed Eid.
Great.
Eid Mubarak.
Peace, 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 peace.
Yes.
The youth especially are the ones who are usually used to perpetuate chaos before and after the polls. That's a Muslim clergy. I want to find out from you how you have been inculcating the need for peace in your messages, in your preachings.
Thank you, and we thank God for everything. You know, Ghana is a peaceful nation. There's no doubt about that. We've seen no war. So we thank God, and the Christian, Muslim, the tradition you may call. We live in peace, and we live for centuries, and we pray for that. And we are Muslims. We've taken upon ourselves, and like I always say when I appear on such platforms, and I'm very clear, the clergy and especially our imams, all of us, we vie for peace, and repeatedly we've been talking to our people because God is peace. Islam said that. He said God is peace. And from him comes peace, and he gives us peace. So a Muslim, even at the end of our prayers, the conclusion where it is, Salaam alaikum, that's peace be unto you.
That's right.
Peace be you 10 here, peace be to those here, and peace be to you here. So why should a Muslim even involve in an act of violence? We somewhat don't understand. You read Quran chapter 2, verse 190, God says, God hates aggressors. That's Quranic injunction. And if you are a Muslim, you are bound, it is something God needs from you that you should obey him to the latter. So I believe we've been doing it, and like I always say, we have a chief imam who is peaceful, and you can see it anywhere that he is. And we have imams like the Al-Sunnah Jama'ah, the imam, and all of us leading Muslims organization. We are always talking about peace.
That's right.
And you don't take it for granted.
I know that you do quite a lot with young people
Exactly.
as scholar like yourself. I need to have a fair understanding in your interaction with young people, young Muslims.
Exactly.
What kind of feedback do they give you? What informs their choices whenever they're tempted to sway towards violence? I don't know whether I'm asking a clear question. I need to hear what they tell you about the more like the things that drive them into violence acts.
It's obvious. You know, sometimes they are influenced by people. There's no doubt about that. And leaders who want to use them and damn them after everything. That is well known. And I believe people are well awake now. They know much about that. And I believe that nobody will allow himself to be used for such evil act. No politician, I believe. Last time when I was here, we were told, even the president spoke, Nana Akufo-Addo spoke, and even the general secretary of NDC, and they all emphasized on the fact that nobody should be allowed to be used for any act of violence. And I like the way the president used that time. He said that if somebody want to use people, then you should go to the barracks and ask for the soldiers, if anything that you want to do. But you don't use the youth. You see, people should be stored. The politicians themselves, we call them, we respect them, and we pray. It's a good job that they are doing. If you want to rule a nation and serve your country, it's not a bad bad thing. And I always emphasize that. And the Muslims should also agree. You have to be law-abiding. If you are a Muslim, it is an honor duty on you to abide by the rules and everything that the law says in this country. Loving your nation, Islam say, is faith in God. Right. So if Ghana is in peace, then you have peace to worship him. If there's no peace, you can't do your activities, you can't work, and you can't worship your Lord. Is that not it?
It is.
So we emphasize, though we know where things come from, but especially those who are doing nothing. The devil give job to those who are.
So you mean the unemployed? The unemployed are usually swayed by promises.
If they are not educated, but if they have true Islamic teachings, I believe they know that if you hurt somebody, not only on this earth, but in the next world, you're going to answer for that. Islam teaches us that. So a lot of them are taking caution. As you said, what God says is in the Holy Quran, I don't want to go very clear. For Zakir and for the Zikr, I said, you continue talking to men, but because you are somebody who advises, and if you always continue admonishing people by God's will, the righteous will listen to you. So it's a constant something that we are doing.
It's an obligation for you as well. Right now, let's look at the election campaigns. We have about 85 days to go. The campaigns have started. NDC, CPP, PNC, MPP, everyone is on the campaign trail making promises and delivering their message to the people. So what is your assessment of what you've seen so far in the run-up to the elections when it comes to these campaigns?
Yeah, we thank God, but well, we some of us believe that the politicians should campaign and call us to vote for them without insults, if they will agree to that, because they should tell us what they can do, and we also have to assess what they are telling us. If we are convinced, we vote for you. That is the importance of democracy. That is what I always say. If democracy means insult and violence, then there's no need for it. Then we should have gone in for democracy. And I will repeat this, and some people sometimes say, Sheikh, you're fond of saying that. And yes, that's true, it's a fact. If you wanted somebody who will dictate to us and will be forcing, insulting, attacking, then we should allow the soldiers to rule, and Jerry is still alive. You would have been ruling Ghana, is that not it? But because democracy, we've seen about 3 presidents, is that not it? That brought President Kufuor to office, democracy. And after that, we saw Professor Atamuos, may God have mercy on his soul. And apart from that, we've seen President Mahama. If it were to be military rule, would they come? And democracy means government by people for the people and all the people.
And then so we have to be tolerant.
Exactly. So we have to be patient, and they should, I always say that they should thank God. If you are opposition leader, even Nana Akufo-Addo is blessed. In NPP, there are a lot of people, is that not it? But he's choosing. He's been there for a while, and he has to know that he's been blessed. There are his colleagues that who even maybe did not even enter into a secondary school, but they are there.
Right,
they are not there. Is that not it?
Yes.
So why should they create confusion when they are talking? They should tell her what they can do. They should stop insulting. And politicians shouldn't come when they come and somebody will tell you. If I repeatedly have been saying this, somebody will tell you if we are not satisfied with what is happening, then there will be no peace. Nobody should say that. We should all pray for peace. If you don't understand something, the law tells you clearly, go to court.
That's right. Sheikh Ayub Ofosu-Hina, so we're grateful for your time. Thanks very much. We're grateful for Sheikh coming into our studio to have a chat with us about peace. My name is Stephen Ante here in Accra, and this is still News at 10.